Hey there, and welcome back to Crystal Talks. It is Katie and Cynthia here, our first video of 2026. How exciting is that? Jumping into this new year. We're here every week with a new video. We talk about crystals, we talk about chakras, we talk about energy, we talk about essential oils, aromatherapy. So much fun stuff happens on Crystal Talks every week. Hit that subscribe button so you do not miss us. So today's video, we are talking about making space, crystals for letting go and deep rest. I'm going to start off by kind of talking about the energy of this time of year and how maybe we get it a little bit wrong in this new year energy and the energy of letting go. And then Cynthia is going to share some crystals with you that really support making space, deep rest, letting go, all these kind of really big and important things this time of year. So a lot of times we focus on goal setting because it's the beginning of a new year. Focus on our intentions, our resolutions, all those things. But nature shows us something a little bit different, right? If we look at nature, we see a time of rest, a time of inward reflection, of release. And we tend to be a culture that dives in head first before creating space and the capacity to move into the next phase. So while this is a new year, I am saying let's slow down a little bit. Let's look at nature and mirror what nature shows us and create a little bit of a pause so that we can create that space and capacity to move forward into this next phase, into this new year. So we often move so fast, we miss these steps along the way. The intention of the video today is to invite you to that pause, to breathe, to be present. So much unfolds in a year's time, and now is a time to align with nature. Follow the wisdom that Mother Earth shows us. If we can deepen our awareness, we can feel a sense of spaciousness when we rest and release. That's what we're going to explore today. So, like I said, Cynthia is going to provide some crystals that really support this energy we're talking about and creating space to step into this 2026 year with that openness to really receive what this year has to offer for you. So, what is the energy of letting go? Letting go isn't about forcing yourself to release something before you're ready. It's not about letting go for the sake of letting go. It's about allowing space for what no longer serves you to gently fall away. It's about releasing those past moments in 2025 that felt heavy, that felt overwhelming, that really aren't serving you now, today. We can carry emotional and mental and even energetic clutter, such as old worries, expectations, habits, attachments. This clutter quietly drains our energy without us realizing it. Maybe you feel it though, because we can certainly feel drained, right? So when we cultivate a deeper self-awareness, which is that rest, that reflection piece, we notice what we're holding on to, and then we can approach that release or that letting go with kindness rather than a pressure. So crystals can be really supportive allies in this process, not quick fixes, just gentle reminders to be present, grounded, and open to change. So the question becomes, as we enter into this kind of making space energy, what am I still carrying that no longer needs my energy? So hold on to that question. I want you to revisit that question later. Cynthia, what crystals can really support us as we move through this making space energy?
Well done, Katie. I think taking time for ourselves and resting, that restoration phase is so important for us. And yes, of course, there's crystals that can help with that. Crystals for release would include Smoky Quartz, which is great for grounding, for releasing emotional baggage residue, and transmuting that heavy energy in general. Black Obsidian is another one I'm sure you're familiar with. It's great for deep release, for getting at the truth, for cutting energetic cords, but with compassion. And then Lepidolite, our soft, gentle lepidolite, is great for letting go of anxiety, for emotional processing, for just a gentle release. And that's what this time is all about, is gently letting go, not big dramatic moves, just coming within and letting go. Some crystals for rest and for integration. Amethyst is at the top of the list. It's great for calming your nervous system, for spiritual rest, and of course for sleep support. A very, very, very important part of renewing, restoring your body. Replenishes itself while you sleep. Sleep is so important. Blue lace agate is another one I highly recommend. It's a very soft stone. It it softens the mind. It soothes emotions, and it's great for working with gentle breath energy. Howlite is another one. Howlite is so soothing for releasing and quieting that mental chatter, that seems to be going on all the time, so that you can just breathe. And halite is also very, very good for preparing for deep rest. It's just overall supportive of good, deep, quality sleep. And then clearing and creating space for what's next. Top quartz had to be at the top of the list. It's great for opening, for clarifying, for creating spaciousness, and just overall creating openness without pressure. I also find moonstone to be very supportive of cycles like this, transitions, and trusting the pause between chapters. So hopefully you'll find in those stones ones that support what you feel that you need. And of course, I'm going to say it: follow your intuition. Pick the ones that sound right to you, and if none of them do, that's okay too. We're all about taking this into what works for you, supporting you, but focus on the rest and clearing out the old baggage that you might have brought with you from last year, right, Katie?
Absolutely. And I 100% agree with what Cynthia said. Trust what you're drawn to, right? So the crystals we're recommending today are recommendations based on the knowledge that we know of what they support. If you're drawn to a different crystal, trust your intuition, right? That's the big thing we say all the time. Trust your intuition. Cynthia said, great crystals for release: smoky quartz, black obsidian, lepidolite; for rest and integration, amethyst, blue lace agate, howlite; and for creating space, clear quartz and moonstone. And if they all call to you, use them all. If one from each category calls to you, use that one. If something completely different is really calling to you, trust in that, because when you set the intention, let your intuition guide you, because you know what you need. And that's what's most important, trusting your own inner wisdom. So anyway, before I go further down the rabbit hole of intuition, which I definitely could, we're going to share with you a simple ritual and how you can take this information and really create that space for letting go, release, and rest. So it's a really simple ritual. I'm going to say choose one crystal for release, one for rest, one for creating space. Again, if more than one calls to you, go ahead and use more than one. You're just going to take those three crystals. You could either place them near you, you could hold them in your hands. You're going to take 3 slow breaths in whatever natural way feels best for you, and then silently name what you're releasing. Option to write it down and then rip it up, to burn it or throw it out. It's just another kind of piece to the ritual you can add in if you'd like. And then place the resting crystal over your heart or hold it gently and just kind of sit there in silence and calm for 30 to 60 seconds. And that's really just a quick ritual that you can practice that creates rest, it creates release, and it is supporting you in creating that space. And it doesn't have to be something long, something big. It can be these small little 60-second, couple minutes of a ritual that you do to really support getting in that energy of release, of rest, of creating space. Of course, I encourage you to rest more than 60 seconds because you will definitely benefit. What I'm saying is sometimes we feel really busy and really overwhelmed. I totally get that. Life can be chaos. So just make sure you're taking at least those couple minutes to really support yourself. And revisit the ritual throughout the week. Practicing a simple release consistently can really support you in making it part of your natural habits, which can really, really be good as you move through life itself. So when we're releasing, we're creating space for something new to find us. Letting go is a process. Creating space and capacity for what you are manifesting is a process. Be kind to yourself. Use those supportive tools to guide you along the way, because creating space can be really magical if you let it be. So that's what we were here to talk about today, making space, crystals for letting go and deep rest. We would love to hear what crystals you are drawn to. We'd love to hear about your simple ritual, how you're practicing it, where you're practicing it. Leave a comment below. Find us on social media. Tag us in your posts. We would love to hear from you. We'll be back next week with another Crystal Talks episode. Until then, take care.